How's it going, everybody? Alright, so I just put up a review of Lacuna Coil's new album and gave that a lot of praise. Now to talk about a band that I've talked about multiple times. I believe I've reviewed one of their albums, and I've reviewed, I could be wrong on that, but I definitely reviewed two of their live shows. So I could say I'm a fan of this band, so before everyone gives me shit for what I'm about to say, just know I do love this band. I do support it. But I don't really like this album. Sorry. So this album's just not my taste. It's just, but I could see they were going this route. I could see they were doing it because, alright, let me bring up the track list here. This album's been a while in the making. So for the past couple of years, they have been making singles. So what do we got? We got Elevator Girl, but it's the English version, but whatever. Shanti 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 was the last one they did. Distortion and Starlight. Now, Shanti 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 wasn't the music video just released for that, like, not even a month ago? So, yeah, I don't really consider that. So I mainly consider Starlight, Distortion, Papa Ya, and Elevator Girl. Those are the kind of the songs that have been in the making, especially Distortion and Starlight. And Distortion's my favorite. I think if you know all those songs and you know about Distortion, then you kind of see what about Babymetal I like the most. You kind of see the style I like the most. Elevator Girl, Shanti Shanti Shanti, I don't like on the album. However, performed live, it's pretty fucking fantastic. But when they're playing that live, they have an awesome, like, screen behind them. They're doing these cool dances in front of it. The screen is showing all these cool things, and it's very colorful. It's an awesome performing song, but the song by itself, no, I do not like that song. Like, this whole album feels like an experiment. There are some traces of, like, the original Babymetal sound in here, and I appreciate that, but overall, what they were going for in this album, I get it. Artists always try to expand. They always try to do something different. It happens all the time, and it usually annoys the living piss out of me when they do it. But again, like, I know I've brought this up in numerous reviews, but Linkin Park is, like, the best example of that. They changed drastically in the third album, but actually I liked that change. And then they changed even more drastically on the opposite side of the spectrum of music there on their fourth album. And then I was like, oh, you guys aren't for me anymore. And I've seen it happen. I'm seeing it happen a lot. Well, not a lot, but I'm seeing it happen a little more frequently, especially with Japanese bands. It happened with One OK Rock. Kind of saw it a little bit with, oh God, I already forgot. Cold Rain. Thank you. Just brain fart there. Cold Rain. They had some pretty heavy albums, and then their last album, Side Effects, I could take it or leave it. But, yeah, this album, like, I'm one part, like I said, I get it, you know, but on the other hand, I was just like, a little too much, guys. And I'm going to kind of, like, break this album down, because this, like I said, is an experiment album. A lot of these songs are not alike from other stuff they made. There's some interesting songs on this album, and I feel like, obviously there's going to be people who are going to love them. But, oh man, this just, like, I knew they were going to do this again with, like, Papa Ya and Elevator Girl and Shanti Shanti Shanti. Like, I was like, oh, you're going the electronic route, aren't you? You're going to lean a little bit more on that and less on the metal. A little more on the baby and less on the metal. Ugh. And I kind of, when I listened to this album today, I knew, I just had this feeling like, well, here we go. I was looking forward more to the Lacuna Coil album than I was this. And then I look at it and it's 14 tracks, 52 minutes. I don't know. Is it just me, or does it seem like if you're a 14-track album, you should probably be more... Like, I'm used to albums that are over 12 tracks, 13, 14 tracks, and they're usually over an hour. That just struck me as odd. Especially because Babymetal will usually put out some, like, longer... Well, I'm looking at the track list now. There's only one song 2 minutes. Oh, no. 2 songs that are over 2 minutes. The rest are over 3 minutes. 2 5-minute songs. Alright, so I guess that's pretty... I don't know. That seemed weird to me. I don't know. 14 songs, 52 minutes. That was just... I don't know. I feel like Babymetal just put this album to put it out there. And when I saw that 52-minute under the hour mark, I was like, It just feels like, let's try something new. Let's put it out there. Let's just get it out. And I don't know whose decision. I mean, with Babymetal, it's tough. We all know that a company made this band as the most talented musicians in the world, providing the background music, and then you have 2, hopefully, maybe someday the third one will come, if they aren't making her full-time. 3 girls who are very talented and work very hard. Can't imagine the stress that those girls go through just to perform and dance and all of that. I will never knock that, but it just seems like, I don't know. I don't feel like their heart and the passion was put into this album. What I feel like was let's try something new and see what happens. More attitude was put into this album. So, let's start it off. Future Metal. Not really a song, more of a like, oh, they're coming out on stage, clap, yay! And then it goes into Da Da Dance. It's so... Yeah, I know the word dance is in the title, but it's so... I'll just play bits and parts of these songs, but this is Da Da Dance. Kind of starts off cool. Has some, like, pretty cool. And then you lost me. And then you're saying Babymetal in an auto-tune voice. Like, the guitars, bass, and drum. But then you go into dancing. So, you see, like, the emphasis right there is just more on the electronic than it is. And that was just the start. And then it goes into Elevator Girl and Shanti Shanti Shanti. There's barely any band member. It's Shanti 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 is like, I don't know if it's 100% all, like, you know, pre-made beats. I don't think the drummers or the guitarist, the bass actually do anything in that song. It's a good, catchy, you know, dance song-ish with like an Indian kind of, I don't know, overtone to it. It's interesting. It's just, again, I don't want to hear that. Like, it's... the main thing with my problem with this album is watching the majority of these songs live, not gonna knock it. It's gonna be really fun. I've seen quite a few of these songs live. It is pretty fun to be there, and if you're with people and dancing, cool. Listening to this in your car by yourself, though, I dare you to put on Da Da Dance, or Elevator Girl, or Shanti Shanti Shanti, or God forbid, Oh Majinai, and roll the windows down. Put those windows all the way down and blare that shit up. Let's see you get the looks. Like, granted, I know Babymetal, like, it would always have... Oh, sorry, just hitting things. But, it would always have amazing guitar work, drum work, just, like, heavy-hitting bass. And yes, you had the cutesy girl voices over it. But god damn, it was good metal. This is not good metal. I guess you can maybe... I don't know. I don't listen to pop music. People who listen to pop music more on the pop side, people who like Babymetal more for their pop sound, tell me. Please tell me. I'm actually not being sarcastic when I ask this. Please tell me in the comments. Is this good pop music? Is this not like... Oh boy. Am I the only one who gets like the feeling of, oh Jesus, when I hear some of these songs on this album? Because what this reminds me of is, okay, have you ever been to Epcot? And I don't know about the one in LA, or California. I don't know about the, in Japan or whatever. I live in Florida, so obviously I'm talking about the Orlando one. Okay. So this album reminds me of a little story I have, a memory I have. 2 years ago on my birthday, I was still kind of like recovering from a bad breakup and everything, and just going out there having experiences. And one thing I wanted to do was take my mom out to Epcot. And because she's never been, there was, prior memories of someone I had in my life and there, and I just kind of wanted to, overwrite those memories and create new ones. And I wanted to give my mom a good time, and it was my birthday. I just wanted to have fun. I love Epcot, and obviously, no surprise, I love the Japanese section of Epcot. Now, if you've ever been to Epcot, to the one in Orlando, do you know the section before you go into the store that has all the cool anime stuff and all the cool stuff there in the bar in the back and all that? Before you go in there, if you go turn a right into the Japanese section, or turn a left, I guess, whatever, and you go before that store, there's like a section off to the side of that, and you go in, it's just a small room, and in this room is like demonstrating different art pieces of Japan. There's like this one crazy looking plastic figure statue thing that's covered in the inside of like goo, or like, it's so hard to describe, but they have like a section that shows like a mini fridge and like Pikachu, and it has like all these crazy things just to show you like the art / modern kind of, it's hard to describe, but if you've been, I think you know what I'm talking about. I'm bringing this up because in this small room that shows all this stuff, it plays music. And me and my mom went into this room. It was playing music that kind of, it was Japanese pop music, and it was, little girls. And my mom said something along the lines of like, I can't listen to this. I can't listen to any more of this. We gotta go. Like, she was just like, it was just beating her. And like, I was kind of getting the sense of that. Maybe my taste in music is kind of like getting away from this. But no, they've definitely changed their style. I was getting a little bit of the, oh God, this is what people see in Japanese pop music. And like, this is just, it's just, I can't listen to the majority of these songs. So, alright. Oh Majinai. What? This is a song. This definitely isn't pop. It kind of sort of is. It's not metal specifically. It's Viking metal? I guess it's Viking metal. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was getting kind of a little bit of a polka vibe at first. And I was getting a little bit of like, I don't know. I was like, but then as the song played on, I was like, oh, I think this is what they call Viking music, Viking metal. And to any gamer out there, it reminds me of King K. Rool's theme song. I'll play a little bit of it here. This is an interesting one. Yeah, I'll play it. This is interesting. Like, that's cool. The drums are cool. I'm not particularly in the accordion thing and the 999 999. Simple drum pattern and then the accordion, and then Su Metal singing. And then Viking. Alright, skip ahead a little bit. And then, yeah. This is in the halfway mark of the song. And this part really reminded me of King K. Rool. Yeah, that's a song. I don't know how I feel about that. Because on one hand, it's not for me. I'm not really into Viking metal. On the other hand, I kind of like, Alright, you tried something new there. I guess I would prefer this over the poppy shit. I don't know. But then speaking of that, the next song, Brand New Day. This is definitely it's probably the most poppiest song on here. Kind of starts off a little guitar, then this. Really? I'm getting a 1OK Rock vibe from this. And nowadays, that's not a good thing. Skip ahead. Fellow Babymetal fans, is this what we want? We don't have to support everything our favorite artists do. I just, like, your honest gut reaction. You know, constructive criticism is a good thing sometimes. And I'm sorry, that's just not what I want. I'm sure as shit not going to be listening to that song in my car. And if that was played live, I'd just be like, cool. Can't wait till the next song. Alright, so the next song, Night Night Burn, kind of gets back on track. Metal. But then gets poppy. A little too poppy. But it gets back on track. It's just the chorus is not bad. It's just, I feel like the emphasis too is just too much on, you can hear electronic, something, you just hear it a little too, it like overshadows the guitars and everything, and I don't like it. Like, I'm so used to, Babymetal mixes pop and metal, but I'm definitely getting more of the pop sound. Now, on to the good shit. Except for this song, In the Name Of. Oh, this song is so badass. Like, oh my god. Alright, this song and Distortion. Best songs on the fucking album. No, wait, I'm sorry. This song, In the Name Of, Distortion, and Kaguro. Kaguro? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's been a while since I've, like, studied up on Japanese. Kaguro. I fucking love that song, because I've seen that song live, performed live many times, and I love the chorus, and it's not the heaviest song, but it's a good rock song with a great chorus, and performed live, there's like a good, when she sings the chorus, like, you can't help but not to that song. Distortion is amazing. I've said it before. I love when they play that song live. When he hits the double bass drums, you can feel that shit in your chest, and that song is 90% double bass drum. Fantastic. In the Name Of. Oh my god. Oh, this song is so good. Oh, this song carries this album. And here's the thing. Alright, it's a 4-minute and 31-second song. The Babymetal girls don't perform in this song. It's not about them. Take a little break. And I've seen them perform this song live. It is, let's get the fucking crowd hyped. Let's bring in the energy. This song is so good. It is such a good, I don't usually listen to a lot of songs. It technically has lyrics, but it's one of the guys doing the voice like this. But it's so good though. This is pure, just like, metal. Obviously with the orchestra opening and all that stuff, so. Takes a while to get into it. It does take a minute. Going. God, it's so good with the drums and the guitar. Oh, it's so good. It's like the chant. Oh, I could listen to that song so many times. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, though. God, I love that song. Definitely, aside from Distortion on Kaguro, it is my favorite song. And after that's Papa Ya, which is fine. It's alright. I mean, it has a rapper in the middle of it. It's not bad, but I can definitely listen to this song multiple times, and performed live is pretty good. Alright, so Kaguro. This song is really good. I've seen, like I said, perform this song live, so I just kind of want to play the chorus. It starts off really cool. Good guitar riff in the beginning. And you could tell, like, this is going to be like, ooh, alright, alright. Kind of like Karate. It's got that slow but heavy, but it's not as heavy as Karate. This is more focused on Su-metal singing. But it's so good. Her singing in the chorus, though. That yuda, like, that's so catchy. You can't deny that's fucking catchy. And I love that song. Starlight's pretty good. It's more of a metal song, but it's also it's a good metal song, actually. It's just not as heavy as, like, In the Name Of or Distortion, but it's still good. But the problem with that and Distortion was we heard it like a year ago. Speaking of Distortion, I was hoping this album, Babymetal's next album, let's go back in time a little bit. We got to talk about this. The Apocrypha stage. Was that with Apocrypha, whatever? If you saw them at their live last year, after Yui Metal left, and there was that mystery of, like, what's going on? Why are there background dancers? But the whole, like, Distortion music video was dark. Their whole presentation on stage was dark. It was like, I thought they were going to go in a more, like, heavier direction. And then a year later, quite the opposite, actually. We definitely we got very little of the Apocrypha stage of Babymetal. And, I wanted so much more out of that, but I feel like that's just kind of dead and buried. They don't have those backup dancers anymore, and I don't know. I just wanted that to be expanded more, and this album doesn't do it. It feels like they just... Distortion and Starlight kind of don't feel like they belong on this album. And In the Name Of, like, they don't feel like they really belong, but they're there. They just put them in because they're singles. Let's take up track space. So that's just that. I just wanted more of that little stage that we had in Babymetal's career. I wanted that to be expanded on. Maybe one day we'll get that expanded on. But then Shine, then Arcadia. So Shine, I forgot about this song. What is this one? So it's like a slow, heavy. Yeah, it's like a slower, heavy song. 5 minutes, 53 seconds. It's their longest song. But then Arcadia, it's their speed metal song. Every Babymetal has a speed metal song. Honestly, I'm not that really into speed metal. It's pure talent. I mean, if you're able to keep that pace up, wow. It's, as someone who plays bass, like, I just can't even imagine doing that for over 5 minutes, and can't even imagine what the drummer goes through. Okay. Holy shit, I'm at 24 minutes. I had a feeling this was going to be a long one. There's a lot to say about this album. I can already tell it's going to get downvoted and people being like, what do you mean they're too poppy? Babymetal's always been poppy. Yeah, but not this much. They weren't this experimental and just it's a little too weird for me. I feel like there's a line and they crossed it, and more than anything, I just don't like the direction of this. I just said I want more of that dark Apocrypha stage, Distortion, In the Name Of. Give me more of that, where you use metal and tune the metal as dancing, rather than putting a main focus on pop and making that dancing. Like, Babymetal has made metal danceable. I don't know if that's a word. I don't give a shit. You could dance to previous, like, you could move, and it was metal. And it's not, and yes, they did have poppy songs. Which I wasn't really a fan of then either. Like, the band is so good at manipulating the art of metal however they see fit, but now it's someone stepped in here and was like, let's tone that shit down, and let's put a little more pre-made music into this, and let's focus more on that in this album, and let's get crazy with it. Let's go fucking crazy. We're Babymetal. We essentially rule the metal world now, whether people like it or not. I don't know. I don't like the direction. Overall, my score out of 10, I think it's a struggle for me to say 6 or a 7. I'll say a 7. Because while I don't like a good chunk of it, the stuff that I do like is pretty damn good. I feel like the light is fading on what I like about Babymetal, just like I saw with One OK Rock. And I fear for their next album. I don't know where they're gonna go. Maybe they could. They're getting older, so maybe they could, I don't know. Hopefully they can grow out of this stage, I guess. I don't know. Oh, I wanted this album to be good. I did want this album to be good, and it's fine, I guess. And I guess I can kind of sort of see some people getting into it, but I used to introduce Babymetal to people. Like, it's weird, it's cool, it's really cool, and yeah, it's weird, but like, trust me, the talent is there. This isn't an album where I can say the talent of the musicians is shown off. Like, you can see it in Give Me Chocolate, in Karate, in Headbang. There was talent displayed in those songs. It was a uniqueness and songs that could get a good majority, even of unsuspecting people, to be like, I could kind of see what this is about. This is interesting. But I feel like too many of these songs are on this album, Metal Galaxy. It's just like, oh god, not for me. We can just turn the channel. Let me know what you think. Please do in the comments, and keep it respectful, please. I mean, just whatever. Do what you want. So I'm curious what other people think about this album. Am I alone here? Just let me know what you think. Oh, I kind of feel defeated now. Alright. Yeah, that's it for me. This video's gone on long enough. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I hope there's something in this video I've talked about that we can discuss on. Well, like I said, feel free to put your opinions down below. Alright, before this video hits the 30-minute mark, I'm just going to cut it here. Have a good night.